G'day guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to what has been a long time coming, another Star Citizen video. We're playing 3.20 and I thought today I would show you a very quick, very riskless, I wouldn't say riskless, risk-free, reduced risk, that's a good one. Reduced risk way to make a whole ton of money in a relatively short time frame. So I did this video over about the space of 2 hours and 45 minutes, and that was with several issues. There was a 30k involved. There were some server issues whereby missions weren't spawning properly. I managed to somehow kill myself with one of the boxes I was trying to transfer. Yeah, it was interesting times. So we're taking out the Taurus. I forgot the name of it for a second there. The Constellation Taurus, which is the freight version of the Andromeda, or the Phoenix, or any of the Connie series of ships. And I've chosen the Taurus because A, I just bought it and I wanted to fly it, and B, it has a huge cargo deck, like huge. 174 SCU of cargo space, I believe. So yeah, what we're going to do today is some 30,000 Alpha UAC illegal cargo missions. Right, I forgot how to close the cargo bay here. The switches are just at the front and back, and once you see them, yeah, it's obvious how much of an idiot I was here. Yeah, the 30k. I shouldn't say 30k because that's going to bring on a 30k in game. A 30,000 Alpha UAC illegal salvage mission. So these, thanks to 3.20, have been just ridiculously buffed. Like, yeah, it's just crazy amounts of money can be made here. You'll see at the end of this video how much I actually made in total, but it is in the multi-millions of dollars. Well, Alpha UAC, not real dollars, if only it was real, right? And these are easy to do because they can be, well, they spawn in one of two places. They spawn in the Hurston system, or they spawn in the Crusader system, both of which have a, I suppose, an outpost that has a no questions asked terminal that will take almost anything that you can throw at it. That being Brio's Breaker Yard on Daymar in the Crusader system, and Reclamation and Disposal on Hurston. The issue with doing this in Crusader, and it's why I would recommend if you're going to do it in Hurston, is Brio's is a bit of a hotspot right now for activity. There are a lot of people hanging around Brio's, a lot of piracy, a lot of not very nice things could happen to you there. So yeah, let's grab that first mission. So as I said, you bring up your contracts manager, you switch over to the personal tab, you go down to salvage, which I'll do in a second after I realize what I've done. Here we go. Down to salvage, David, good boy. And you're looking for missions that are around the area you're in. As you can see, those around Hurston, and these are the 10k missions. Now these can be profitable, but not as much as the 30k ones. So if you're not seeing the missions you want to see right now that is Hurston again. So if the mission you want is not there, you actually just reject the offer, and eventually one will pop up. So as you can see, an A2 Hercules has popped up in the area that I want. And so here we are at the salvage site. So what you're going to want to do is hit V to go into scanning mode. You're going to, you don't have to target the ship. I can't help just to see where it is. And then hold down your mouse button, and as you get closer, your scanners will scan the ship, and they'll give you information, an overview of, you know, the RSI signature, the CS signature, IR signature, And then eventually, and this is why it's probably not a good idea to have it targeted, because your view does zoom in and you lose sight of the MFDs on either side of you. So you hit Alt-T to untarget the ship. And as you're getting closer, it brings up more detail about the ship. So now we've got weapons and systems on board. And in a second, you'll see the cargo. So there we go. We have a bunch of slam, a bunch of iron, and a bunch of maize. It's maize that we're looking for primarily, and any other drugs that we happen to be able to fit on in a run. So I've just sped this part up, so you don't have to sit there and watch me cart about boxes for the next 20 minutes. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I'll see you on the other side. So now that's done, here we are back on Hurston, coming in. Nope, sorry, this is not Hurston, this is Daymar. We are back on Daymar, coming into Brio's breaker yard, and we are about to see potentially why this is not the safest place in the world to be doing this. So I'm coming in, everything looks fine, no ships around me, no targets. Oh, there's a 400i there, but look, it's not a combat ship. It's not likely to do anything to me. So we're going to come into land, put the gear down, kick in the VTOLs, request docking, because I hit N to put my gear down. As we're coming into land though, it should happen any second, we will get... coming into land, and there it is, radar locked. Radar lock, which means someone has targeted me, which obviously scares the crap out of me. I've got millions of UEC of cargo on board, so I bug the hell out and come over here to Reclamation and Disposal Orinth on Hurston. And as I said earlier in the video, this does seem to be the safer place to do this. People, for whatever reason, whether it's because Hurston security is a bit more harsh with their enforcing of the law, or people just don't come over here because it's darker and harder to see stuff. But I didn't run into any issues in the 3 hours I was doing this, so I would recommend do all of this in the Hurston system. Yes, you might run into security more often, but you're less likely to run into pirates. Security you can run from and pay off the fine from running from a scan. Pirates you can't pay off. Well, you can pay off, but it's going to cost you a hell of a lot more than the 20 grand it would cost to pay back that fine. So that was a decent enough little landing. Jump out of the Taurus, which is actually quite a beautiful ship. Good to fly, too. Decent enough to armament to defend itself. The size 3 shields are what makes it, though. Generally gives you a chance to be able to run away. So whenever coming into a place like this, I recommend going in with your guns out. Don't go in expecting to not see trouble, go in expecting to see trouble. I probably should have turned the lights on my ship off there. That does make them visible from quite some distance. Now I am scanning corners, I am looking, I am also trying to be a bit random with my movement so that if anyone is trying to get a headshot, it will be harder for them. Check corners, check there, bang, straight in and sell. So we started off with 821,000 Alpha UEC, not a small amount of money. We're going to sell 48 SCU a slam for 772,000 Alpha UEC. Now keep in mind, I paid 30,000 Alpha UEC for this mission. I have more than 100x'd my profits. Another 255 for the 3 SCU of slam. And we are suddenly at a grand total of 1.849 million Alpha UEC. So I just made 1 million Alpha UEC. Yes, it was about a 40-minute run, but still, 40 minutes. Here's another ship, so as we can see, again, we have Beryl, Widow, Maze, and buttload of neon. Was it like 160-something SCU of neon, which I cannot fit in, too much to my dismay. But let's, again, speed things up, and we will load the Taurus. Alright, we are back on reclamation and disposal. We have picked up all of those juicy drugs. Now, annoyingly, it doesn't accept all the neon here. But that 55k, the 7 neon that I sold, that's enough to put me in profit, technically. Now, the good part is the maze here, 18 SCU of maze, that's 1.5 million. Sell that. And the widow, 10 SCU of that, that's another 128k. Now, I can't guarantee this is going to stay in game forever, guys. Obviously, at some point, CRG is going to patch this. What are we at now? I'll just check my Moby Glass. Once we get back into the ship. Yeah, I can't guarantee CRG is going to keep this in-game. So I would get in there and start doing this as soon as you can. Make as much money as you can. Because they're not likely to wipe for 3.21. They haven't done it for the last 2 patches. Are they going to do it for this one? Not likely. So here what I'm doing, sadly, is I'm going to ditch that slam. Because it's taking up a hell of a lot of cargo space. And while, yes, it's probably worth a couple of 100,000 alpha UEC, it's in the long run, it's not going to make that much of a difference, really. The thing you're really after is the maze. The maze is the one that sells the best. So I briefly thought about going off to Crusader there to sell it, but yeah, I'm better off just going and doing another run and... Ooh, God, what happened there? Going for doing another run and getting some more maize. It's going to make me more money in the long run. So we'll dump this neon, close the cargo bay, jump back on board, and we will grab another salvage mission. Here we are back again with another A2. And again, same deal. Fly in, switch to scanning mode, target, hit the left mouse button to scan the ship, and you will find out what's on board. And this one has a whole heap of ultratoxin, I believe it's called. Again, some more maize and a few other bits and pieces. So, same as the last one, we will line up the ship, and I will cut to a sped up version of me stealing all of the cargo from this A2. Alrighty, so we're back again at Reclamation and Disposal, and we are going to sell everything. So we have 2.5 million alpha UAC at the moment. So we picked up 11 SCU of maize for 900,000. I've still got 2 SCU of neon on board, annoyingly. I don't know where that is. So there's nearly a million alpha UEC just from selling that, plus the ultratoxin, another 240. There's 1.1 million, bringing us to a grand total. Where are we at? We've got 4.4. Now, keeping in mind that that's not up to date, I'll need to bring up my Moby Glass. We are at 4.68 million. So we made, over the last 3 hours, about, what is that, 800,000. So we made about 3.8 million alpha UEC. 3.8 million alpha UEC. Now, if you could do this for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours over and over and over again and not have the issues I did, you could buy pretty much any game, any ship in the game you wanted. We're talking like 890 jumps in a day's worth of gaming. It is ridiculous. But not without its risks. Like I said, piracy is an issue. You could get jumped by security, although that never happened to me. I'm a bit of an idiot here and landed poorly. Yeah, or piracy could get you, right? Anything could happen. But, I mean, if you get jumped by a pirate, you just go, well, look, you know what, mate? You can have this cargo. It only cost me 30 grand. I'll go get more. And then just bugger off to somewhere else and do it some other place where that pirate's not going to be. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. Apologies for having taken so long to release a new video. I've been streaming over on Kick a fair bit and Rumble as well. I stopped streaming on YouTube simply because my PC lacks the resources to stream to 3 sites at once, and it wasn't really gaining any traction. I will leave the links to my streaming channel over on Kick in the description, as well as to Rumble, where you can catch all of my streams. I've been streaming some Star Citizen. I did do some Starfield recently, although that's another story. I've kind of given up on Starfield. And some Baldur's Gate 3 as well. Ooh, and the new MechWarrior 5 DLC, which just dropped. I've been streaming that. So I've been a busy little beaver. But yeah, so that's it for this one. So if you liked what you saw here, and you think I've done a good enough job to earn a subscription, please hit that like button, hit subscribe. It lets the YouTube algorithm know that other people would probably like to see this video, and hey, I'd like to think other people want to watch it too. Make sure you hit the bell icon. Now that will notify you when I release something new. And make sure to, catch me when I stream on Kick. Now, that is every second day. I don't stream every day. I try to capture some footage to release content. Obviously, I haven't been recently. But if you go over to Kick and follow me over there, you will also get notifications for when I go live. And the same deal on Rumble. If Rumble's your thing, and for some reason you prefer to use that platform, I am over there as well. But thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.